Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 312 of our Be a Better You annual challenge, as well as day 8 of the No Nonsense November challenge. So today I've got a lot to cover because I decided yesterday that we were going to hop into and make sure we cover the ideance process this year. The process we came up with at the beginning of the year to use on different challenges, different opportunities that we want to take advantage of, etc. So we'll talk about step 1 of that. And we're going to talk about today's topic, and we're moving into the week of momentum. So it felt like the right place to put this. And if it's too much, let me know in the comments below. But I think it's pretty easy because we don't have to put a ton of energy into these things. We already know the answers if we just allow ourselves a quiet moment to ask ourselves and then write it down. So today our topic for No Nonsense November is, and it's action and to act now, to start now, start before you're ready, to take action immediately. So often we get an idea and then we don't act on it, and then before we know it, it's gone, right? It comes in and fleets into our mind and then we forget about it. Action can be as simple as actually writing it down. You think about something, and before you lose it, you quickly write it down. And even if it's just I carry a notebook around with me all the time in case something comes up, or a Post-it note, or a scrap of paper, a napkin. Could be on a piece of toilet paper if you got something to write with when you're doing your business. All right, that was a little far-fetched. So today, as you go about your day, and our action item is going to be to just choose one area that you've been putting off or procrastinating or have not taken action in because you feel like you're not ready yet. Guess what? Really, the stars will never align and make everything fall into place so that we feel ready. The way we feel ready and confidence increases is by us actually taking action and doing things that help us to achieve the results and the things that we want. Confidence isn't the result of, confidence isn't a prerequisite for us taking action or doing something. Anytime you do something new, which you've been doing your entire life, by the way, since you were a baby, did you know how to walk before you started to try to walk? Did you fall down probably 10,000 times before you actually were able to walk and balance and then run and whatever else you do now on your 2 legs? Probably not. You just did it. One day you saw other people doing it and you're like, well, if other people are doing it, then I can do it too. And you just started out, stood up, and then fell down and then got up again and again and again and again and again until you walked. I don't know any baby that just gives up and doesn't walk and decides, oh, I'm not going to walk. It was too hard. I fell down 10 times. And so I'm just going to crawl the rest of my life. No, not the way our brains and our minds work. Everything we do is a learning curve. And we need to embrace the process and not beat ourselves up about it. Overthinking kills more dreams than failure ever does. I have yet to meet a successful person in any area or aspect or walk of life that hasn't had way more failures than they've had successes. People fail, and then they burst onto the scene as if they just were always that way. Not really. If you talk to, really have a conversation with anybody that's achieved any level of success in their life, and they're honest with you and authentic, they will tell you, this is the things that I went through, and and they won't remember all of it, right? I don't remember all the junk I've been through, and I've been through a lot. Although I do keep my lifeline, so I probably remember better than some people do. So keep in mind that each of our journeys is our own unique journey, and we need to embrace that and say, I don't know exactly what or how I'm doing this, but I'm going to take the first step toward this thing that I want. Maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe you want to pick up a new hobby. Do you think every time somebody starts a new hobby, they're awesome at it? I'm going to say no, emphatically no, we just aren't. We're humans. We have to do things through trial and error and figuring it out. The only way to do that is to act right now, take some action, because that will give you the confidence to take the next step and the next step and the next step. So that's our topic for today. Again, choose one area that you've been delaying taking any action in. I learned from Tony Robbins decades ago, never leave the scene of a decision without taking some sort of action. And I took that to heart. So if I get an idea, writing it down is taking some sort of action so that I don't lose it. Or picking up the phone and making a phone call, making a text, sending a post, sending a message, whatever it is, but something to reinforce that so that I will remember it. So that is our no nonsense November topic for today. Now, if you haven't picked an area yet for the dance process, and pick a challenge area or an area you want to improve by the end of this year. So it's not going to be a gigantuan, I want to be a billionaire goal. It's going to be I want to do this by the end of the year. And so what is the current situation? That's what I stands for, is what is currently going on in this area or aspect of your life that you want to either set a goal or have an improvement in. And maybe it's you want to run a Black Friday special for your business, or maybe it's you want to make, $10,000 a month by December. That's very doable, especially if you're in the online world. But remember, we've got our 9 areas and aspects of our life we can pick from. If there's an area that stands out, maybe your health stands out as you're really struggling right now, pick something, describe what your current health is, and then we'll figure out what we want to be and we'll apply the process to improve that by the end of the year. I guarantee if you do one little thing to improve your health between now and the end of the year, you will be significantly healthier than you are feeling right now, no matter what it is, right? And even if it's, oh my gosh, I've been having all these negative thoughts and all this doubt, worry, and fear, even if you can just get rid of that by the end of the year, your health will improve. All right, so I is step 1. Just share the area that you're going to do, or what is, or a sentence, or that you're done and that you've picked your area and that you've done the what is current situation. Just write a paragraph out about it. We're going to keep it really simple this month. And then if you need help with this or have any questions whatsoever, let me know. Now, I have been forgetting to share in this video. I don't know why, because I do it before I start every day. I'm pulling a card from a deck that I love and reading a little blurb from Dr. Wayne Dyer's Everyday Wisdom for Success. Why? Because I want to get smarter and wiser and be a better leader and a better human, just like you and everybody else wants to. So today it is always remember that every obstacle is a test and an opportunity, right? Every challenge. I will say all day long, I learn way more from the things that I don't do great or that I stumble on than I ever learned from just doing something and having it go swimmingly and perfectly the first time. I also believe there's no such thing as perfect. Perfect is, and I use perfect in a couple of my affirmations, so I'm kind of rethinking that, but not really, because perfect means perfect for me. Perfect means what's perfectly aligned and for you. And then our card today, my card, not our card, this is my card. You can pull your own if you want. I highly recommend you get a couple of these card decks and just carry one of these cards around with you every day. It is something that you've got with you, and it's a message that you can refer back to as you go through your day. So this one is the universal law of attraction is managing my expansion. I love this idea of the universal manager and the law of attraction, and that I can create things in my life, but I don't actually have to be the one that does everything with respect to it. I can tap into higher power source and I can request things of the universe and then let that thing go to the universe, and it'll start showing up in my life in unimaginable ways, actually ways that I couldn't even imagine. People call those miracles. I call it, I don't know, I don't call it anything. All right. Any questions? If you need any help, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.